conference and hands-on demonstration of how our Lincoln Fire and Rescue Team's life-saving work is resulting in some wonderful national recognition. To support the public safety professionals who form the backbone of our community's public safety response, my administration has prioritized investments in equipment, training, and resources that enable our Lincoln Fire and Rescue Team to achieve vital outcomes for our community. And today, I am really pleased to announce that our outstanding team at LFR led the efforts to earn national recognition for their ability to deliver life-saving outcomes. Lincoln is one of just 10 communities across the country and the only one in the Midwest to receive the Resuscitation Academy's prestigious Lighthouse Community designation. This designation is the result of our city's strong investments in public safety, the dedication of our first responders and medical professionals, and the altruism of our Lincoln residents who play a crucial role in the chain of survival through bystander CPR. Congratulations to all who have played a role in earning this outstanding recognition. On behalf of the highly skilled, hardworking team at Lincoln Fire and Rescue, whose life-saving work helped earn this recognition, Fire Chief Dave Engler is here to share more about this recognition. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. I'm Dave Engler, Fire Chief for Lincoln Fire and Rescue. I would like to thank the Mayor, City Council, and Lincoln community for your continued support to grow our emergency medical services system. This new Lighthouse designation is an incredible recognition of the superior work of our paramedics, EMTs, medical professionals, and our entire team at LFR. I would like to thank the men and women of Lincoln Fire and Rescue for your hard work and dedication and for their desire for continued improvement to create one of the highest performing EMS systems in the country. This designation identifies LFR as one of just 10 lighthouse systems in the country for cardiac arrest care and the only one in the Midwest region. This designation would not be possible without the complete chain of survival, early detection of cardiac arrest and 911 activation, bystander CPR, dispatch-aided CPR instruction, and early intervention by our hospital partners. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our paramedics and EMTs for their continued commitment to make LFR a standout agency across the country. We will continue to work closely with our Emergency Dispatch Center, Medical Director, Lincoln Hospitals, Lincoln Police Department to ensure we provide the best outcome for out-of-hospital cardiac arrest patients. As a Lighthouse community, we will expand and assist other fire and rescue departments in becoming high-performing cardiac arrest departments and will strive to assist agencies in the Midwest region to attain the Lighthouse designation. Ongoing attention to performance, development of community relationships, and continual improvement will result in maintaining one of the best performing EMS systems in the country and best outcomes for the Lincoln community. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Engler. It is quite a standard to set. Our public safety teams at LFR and the Lincoln Police Department work side by side to coordinate rapid response times that keep our residents safe. Our 911 dispatchers at LPD's Emergency Communication Center are absolutely essential to this life-saving work. And here to talk more about this vital link in achieving successful outcomes for our community members is Emergency Communication Center Manager Jessica Los. Jessica?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I would like to convey that we at the Lincoln Emergency Communication Center are honored and humbled to have the trust of our community members during the most fear-filled moments in their life. An experienced or witnessed cardiac event is absolutely one of these moments, and the call to 911 is the first link in the patient's chain of survival. At the Lincoln Emergency Communication Center, we recognize that seconds count in these events, and we collaborate with the Lincoln Fire and Rescue to not only train as first responders within our agencies, but to empower you, the community members of Lincoln, to perform life-saving measures. Each link in the chain of survival is vital to the next. today's recognition as a lighthouse community is a reflection of the priority placed on telecommunicator CPR and resources, such as Pulse Point, shared within the community to increase the survival rate in Lincoln. It is the training that all first responders receive, to include our community members completing bystander CPR, that are key to a patient's survival and quality of life. Every echo event received in our 911 center undergoes a comprehensive quality assurance review by the medical director and Lincoln Emergency Communication Center leadership. In the past year, bystander CPR was performed in 67 events. That is 67 events where a community member stepped in to take necessary actions to save the life of another. 911 telecommunicators recognized CPR was necessary in 89 events, 74 of those in which the caller partnered to perform life-saving measures. Successful outcomes of these patients do not happen without you. None of this could be accomplished without your partnership at the time of the call. We look forward to continuing our efforts with Lincoln Fire and Rescue as a lighthouse community, the citizens of Lincoln, and continuing our commitment to ensuring confidence in the service you receive in our community. Thank you for your continued trust and partnership.
Thank you, Jessica, for your leadership and guidance to so many in our community, and thank you to all of our emergency dispatch service dispatchers. I'm here to talk more about what the Lighthouse designation means and how our community members can continue to help with critical care is Lincoln Fire and Rescue Battalion Chief Aaron Pospischal. Chief Pospischal?
Thank you, Mayor. The Resuscitation Academy Foundation was founded in 2008 to transfer the knowledge of the Seattle-King County's EMS chain of survival system. With roots in public health, academic medicine, and EMS, the Resuscitation Academy works with EMS providers and leaders, as well as community and elected officials, to help communities worldwide strengthen their cardiac arrest survival rates. Twice per year, EMS leaders from around the world gather in Seattle to learn and exchange ideas on how to save more lives. Their ultimate mission is to create a world where all survive sudden, non-traumatic cardiac arrest. To help achieve this mission, the Resuscitation Academy Foundation created the Lighthouse program. Today, there are 10 lighthouses across the United States with this designation. These are communities who volunteer to take on this mission because of their passion to save lives. Lighthouses help expand the organization's reach and amplify its work. Lighthouse communities must embody the 10 steps to achieve Lighthouse designation. Some of the criteria includes providing low-dose, high-frequency, high-performance CPR and telecommunicator CPR training, provide regular and non-punitive feedback to first responders, enter data into a registry, and commit to continual improvement. Most importantly, the Lighthouse must commit to help other communities improve and to be true beacons of leadership in their regions. Lincoln, Nebraska represents the 10th and newest lighthouse. We are honored to work with the Resuscitation Academy as well as with all of our other RA lighthouses, and we are grateful for their support. This achievement is the result of all components of our system being willing to work together towards the common goal of improving survival from cardiac arrest. The chain begins with our 911 center first responders. These operators quickly recognize a cardiac arrest and initiate telecommunicator CPR. Our law enforcement partners that get involved without hesitation and take over bystander CPR when they arrive, and then the highly trained men and women of Lincoln Fire and Rescue, and ends with our definitive care providers in our local hospitals. Every link in the chain of survival is essential. Every one of these vital links should be proud of this accomplishment we all share. This designation creates the best chance of survival for our Lincoln community and for those that visit our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Today's announcement is yet another reminder of why our community members should feel proud and safe to live here in Lincoln, Nebraska. As our community grows, we will continue to invest in public safety and in the professionals who deliver on outcomes for our community and whose work save lives and shines a light on Lincoln for the rest of the country to see. With that, we'd be happy to open up for questions from the media who are Zooming in. If anyone would like to ask any questions, now's your chance. Any questions? Okay, wonderful. I guess it was a mic drop moment for everybody. Thank you, and stay safe. Okay.
Who are participating?
Yeah, we're doing it now.
Yeah. Next up, we have a demonstration of some of the skills and equipment that we use to achieve these life-saving outcomes for our community. So at this time, if those who are planning to demonstrate could come forward, we'd be happy to highlight that for those who are filming or zooming in. Okay. Okay.
Have you guys hang where you are for
Okay, come on, guys. All right, so this is Engine 3, Medic 3, C-Shift. They're one of the original crews that helped us with the high performance demo.
Not breathing.
They're just going to go ahead and do a quick demonstration of what we actually do on scene for cardiac arrest. So I want everybody to take note of, aside from a family member yelling and screaming in the background, that just contribute to what we're doing is quiet. Okay, we all know what we're supposed to do. We have a specific task, and it will be quiet with very minimal communication. And this is honestly, from our perspective, what a real scenario is typically like. There's little to no chaos when we get into do our thing.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover. Pulse. Back on the chest.
How many timer going?
Okay, so Captain Ripley mentioned that the 2-minute timer is on. What that's going to do is kind of set things in motion. So we're going to rotate compressors every 2 minutes. We're going to analyze the patient's underlying rhythm every 2 minutes and provide a defibrillation if it happens to be a shockable rhythm. So it's just the 4 folks from the engine here now. The medic unit will show up here in a second, and we'll do a quick transition to show you how the Lucas device is applied, and then
ventilate.
Are we good?
Ventilate.
So Adam is at the head. He's our ventilator. His job is to insert an eye gel and then provide ventilations. Preston is the compressor. So he is the initial person or the first person that does chest compressions. And Adam and Preston will just flip-flop back and forth every 2 minutes. Cody is the paramedic. So he's starting an IV right now, getting ready to give medications. And then he also looks at the rhythm every 2 minutes when Dan gives the proper voice commands to decide whether the rhythm is a shockable or non-shockable rhythm. So, and what you guys will see is when we give the hover command, that means to stop compressions. The pause and compressions will be really short. American Heart Association wants all pauses less than 10 seconds, or 10 seconds or less. We try to pause about 5 or 6 seconds is where we're at with when we get things dialed in and get going into our thing.
Ventilate.
All right, 15 seconds pre-charge.
Okay, so Dan just gave the pre-charge command. That sets everything in motion. We all know it's coming up in 15 seconds, so we take the proper steps to get in position and make the switch and minimize our pauses.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hover. Clear. Back on the chest.
Timer's going.
Okay, so the medic unit arrives. The Lucas device is carried on all of our medic units. It's the mechanical chest compression device that we have.
At 1 minute, we'll place it underneath that.
Yep. Hey, Justin.
So not only do we have all of the crew assignments and rotations, I guess, choreographed, but we also have the application of the Lucas device choreographed because it creates pauses and chest compressions just because of the way the device has to be positioned. So we have it choreographed to go on at specific times. So again, we minimize the time that we're not on the chest.
Ventilate.
You doing that?
Yep, you got it.
Ventilate.
Normally they would hand off medication.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cover. Back on the chest.
Okay, so a real quick pause to get the back plate positioned.
Ventilate. Ventilate.
Okay, 15 seconds pre-charge.
Recharging.
Marshall, you slide to the left one from your right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cover. Back on the chest.
Okay, Alex, at 1 minute, we're gonna get the Lucas going, okay? Sure. You pick your side.
Ventilate.
But it's not just
300 of
choreographed
Amy
where
Alex,
everybody has
you're gonna
specific
set it for
goals.
1 minute.
We actually choreograph where all of the equipment is placed, just so it makes it, I guess, kind of a little bit more of a strategic design, so we know where everything is at. There are at least 2 people that need to be able to look at the defibrillator. Cody needs to look at the rhythm, and then Adam, as the ventilator, needs to be able to look at
15
the
seconds.
monitor.
We're gonna set the
check
Lucas.
for title, which basically tells us that the IGL is in the right place and we're providing proper ventilations to the patient.
Ventilate.
Doing this, and you just let me know.
5,
when to stop.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ventilate.
Justin is the paramedic on the medic unit. Alex is driving the medic unit today, so he's the Lucas commander, is what we call it. So he is in charge of making sure the Lucas is in the proper place, it's applied at the right time. And then once he gets it started, he makes sure that the placement is accurate, because we can't be off even an inch to one side or the other. Otherwise, we risk causing harm to the patient, and it won't perfuse the heart and the brain like we want it to. So it's a real dialed in process. Okay?
15 seconds.
Recharging.
So now that the Lucas is in place, it kind of frees up a couple of our folks to prepare the patient for transport.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cover. Back on the chest.
But outside of that, everything else stays the same. So we continue to do our thing until we decide that it's time to transport the patient, which is 25 minutes or less, depending upon the situation.
Gotta be on board.
Got it.
Ventilate. Ventilate.
Good? Okay? All right.
Okay, you got it. Yep, you bet.
Ventilate.
We'll just set her down, leave her here, and we'll come back.
Any questions from anybody about what these guys do?
Any questions from Zoom?
A quick thank you to everyone for coming for this demonstration and this exciting announcement. We're so pleased to be co-creating public safety in our community. Thank you.
We're clear.